What's your pitching philosophy? What got you so far?
Got it. Good deal. Good shape now.
The main thing is just attacking hitters is the main thing I do. And there's really not much to it. You know, just like any other pitcher. You know, you got usually about 3 to 4 pitches. I have 3: fastball, changeup, curveball, and right now I'm just letting my catcher call everything. You know, I'm a rookie at this level, and catcher Brian Anderson's been here for a while, so usually whatever he calls, I just throw, and for the most part it works. So I mean, just attacking hitters, getting guys out as soon as possible, earlier in the counts, and just trying to win for my team.
Now, do you pitch to your strengths or a batter's weakness?
A little bit of both. I mean, sometimes you don't always have a good scouting report on the hitter, so like yesterday, it's the first time I faced this team. We didn't really know much about the hitter, so pretty much pitched to my strengths, which is usually fastball away from hitters and curveballs. I got some guys out on changeups, but I mean, if you've been around the team, they know you, you know them, so it's kind of you just battle it out. But yesterday was more of didn't really know what was going on, so I just used my strengths more than knowing the weaknesses.
Now, when they talk about first-round draft picks, a lot of first-round draft picks make the major leagues, but there are some that get passed up by guys drafted in the later rounds once they get in the organization. Why does that happen?
Sometimes it just don't work out. I mean, if you have a guy that's drafted in the first round, or a guy drafted in the 50th or whatever it goes to, some guys just work harder than others. Some guys develop into better pitchers or players down the road. Not all guys are going to be great. They might be great at the moment, but they might not finish well. But I think the key thing is just progressing, getting better, and it's all about how you perform down the road, not so much why you're a first-round pick or a higher draft pick, because the guys that are in the lower round will eventually pass you, and you just got to stay focused on making it to the big leagues and not letting anybody pass you.
Now, every spring training, the Cardinals, every organization brings more guys in. They sign free agents, they draft guys, all to take your spot at major league level. You may show up and there's 10 pitchers around.
Right.
How do you approach that?
I mean, when they usually it's weird because a lot of the guys who come in you don't really know, and sometimes you don't get to know because we got so many players. But I mean, I just go about my own business, really. I mean, if they bring in new guys, they're hoping to find somebody that they really like, maybe even eventually pass you, or somebody that they might see more potential in. You just gotta outwork the person beside you. Always giving it 100% your best effort, and in the end, if that's not enough, then I guess it really wasn't meant to be.
Now, do you read the scouting reports or what people write about you or where you're listed based on America, stuff like that?
I don't really read it, but I hear about it, because I got, the guys in the clubhouse give me a hard time for being, like a prospect or something, and then your family tells you about it and all that good stuff. But for the most part, I try to stay away from it as much as possible, try to shy away. But I think that it has its benefits, and at the same time, it has its doubts. But, me being a higher guy, not having a good first half, having a way better second half is something that it's tough to hear about, maybe from your parents saying, "Oh, don't worry about this," or any of that. But for the most, I don't try to get into it. Try to stay away from it and just do my own thing.
Now, baseball is a failure sport, they call it, because you're up and down the organization. Sometimes there's injuries, all kinds of options to the major leagues and back.
Yeah.
Has there been a time that you wanted to give baseball up?
Not really. I wouldn't say really giving it up. I'd have, times where you kind of fall out of love with the game. You're not into it as much. You're not realizing what you actually have. That's happened to me. Times where you're just like, you're just not into it. You're not in the game. You want to leave. You want to do all that stuff. You don't want to work hard. But that's something that kind of went on early this year. I wasn't really into it. I was pitching bad, and I wasn't trying to do anything to get better. I was, I'm here for a reason. I was saying that I'm here. My stuff in the past has worked. I'm just not pitching good. Eventually, it's going to turn around. But then I had to fix things. I had to start throwing off speed behind the mechanics. I had to start hitting my spots more, working on my mechanics more, and bullpens, and just putting it all together, and paste it all together, and it's going to get better, and it has. And it's all timing, that's for sure.
Was there a turning point for you, or did something happen, or somebody say something, or what was it?
It was just more of just taking it to the next effort level. You know, because my pitcher coach had been telling me what I needed to be doing the whole time, and I've tried. I just really didn't try that hard. You know, I just didn't focus that much, and I mean, it paid the price earlier in the season, and it's tough because I'm, you know, working to get my numbers down to where they need to be, and you know, it's frustrating to know that I'm pitching way better now than I could have been doing it all year and maybe been in the big leagues. But I think that the failure that I've been having is going to benefit me in the end and make me a better, you know, teammate and person, and hopefully I learn something from it.
How do you handle the umpires when you're pitching?
I mean, really, you just try to get a feel for them. Like last night was the umpire's first AAA game, and I mean, you just try to find their zone. I mean, you want your umpire to be the friend. You want them to be a friend. You want to know them. You want to get to know as many as possible. Know their names, you know, so you can say hi to them down the road. But you know, that's not always going to be the case. I want to, you know, just get a feel for them, know who they are, and you know, I mean, most umpires are good guys. There's also your bad ones, but I think that in the end, you just want to make friends with them and you know, try to get on your side more so than the batters.
How about the people yelling and screaming at you? Does that affect you, or does it affect you the next day when you're signing autographs or anything like that?
No, not at all. You know, that's just part of the game. It's something you got to deal with. I mean, if you didn't have people yelling at you, you wouldn't have fans in the stands. So it's a lot funner to play with a lot more fans, and when there's not so many, it's you know, it's not as fun. So what you try to do is just whatever they're screaming, ignore it, and just keep going and try to. If they're yelling at you bad about you, they're usually voting for the other team. So you want to take the other team down so they're not be quiet.
What would you tell a high school kid about professional baseball you learned the hard way that nobody told you about before you started?
Oh man, that's a tough one. There's a lot of things. I mean, a lot of high school kids, you know, grow up being real close to their families. I mean, it's one of the toughest things is just being away. You know, I got 3 younger sisters, you know, that are growing up, and I'm not there for them, or to see them grow up and stuff. That's probably the toughest thing, but it makes it that much better when you do get to see them. You know, I play this game for a lot of reasons. I play this game because I love them. I play for my family to help them. You know, I do it for a lot of things. So being away from the family's tough. You also gotta, you know, you gotta do your own laundry. Usually, mom does the laundry in high school, and it's just 40 something games compared to, you know, 30. It's a way bigger grind on your arm as a pitcher. I mean, they obviously take care of you, but innings-wise, but it's just a different world. It's not what people make it to be.